Yo, what's going on? This is David. Welcome back to the channel. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I really appreciate it. Helps the channel grow. As always, we have one rule. I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research. You know, everything here is just for informational purposes, entertainment purposes only. Once again, I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research. But yeah, so another week in the books in regards to the stock market. Um, kind of up and down, but I'm not the one to hold you up. Let's just jump right into it. See what's going on. See what type of action we have for the week. Let's see what we got. Boom, the Dow, as you see, up 2 points on Friday. So we'll just say flat. And for the week, up 2%, up 700 points for the week. And the Dow year to date, up 6%, up over 2,000 points. And the Dow, I think, is on like a crazy win streak right now, or a green streak, like 10 or 11 days in a row that the Dow has been up. So that's the first time it's done that in quite a few years. So the Dow is moving pretty heavy right now, pretty strong, doing good year to date. Had a great week, up 2%. Can't be mad at that. Pretty flat on Friday. But yeah, so let's look at the Dow. Next, the S&P. S&P on Friday was up 1 point. So might as well say that's flat. And for the week, up 26 points. So not bad. Green, we'll take green. And year to date, the S&P is up 18%. So if you have a portfolio, the S&P is a good, probably one of the best measuring sticks on how your portfolio is doing, right? So we see that the S&P is up 18%. Is your portfolio outperforming the S&P? That's a good measuring stick on how your investing is going. If you are buy and hold, if you're trading, then that's something different. But if you're a buy and hold, you're picking stocks, you're choosing stocks or ETFs or whatever the case may be. Are you outperforming the S&P, which is up 18% year to date? And over the last year, you see the S&P is up 14%. So this is a good measuring parameter for you if you are, if you have a portfolio, whether you're a seasoned investor or you just just started investing. Are you outperforming the S&P? So this is your measuring stick here. Um, and we're up, the S&P is up 18% year to date. Now let's take a look at the NASDAQ, which has been running lately. I know the NASDAQ wasn't up. Let's make me right. Was the NASDAQ up on Friday? Was it? Maybe so. Maybe it did end up. Maybe it was just my stocks that was down. I definitely was down. Let's see. For the days, and NASDAQ was up. Well, that's fairly flat. For the week, down 73 points. But the year to date, the NASDAQ is still going strong, up 35%. It's still sitting over the 14,000 mark. I just don't believe that that's correct on that S&P. I mean, on that NASDAQ for Friday. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me double check on Yahoo Finance real quick on my phone. Let's see. Just to verify that number here. Bear with me 1 second. If I haven't told you before, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, those are apps you should have on your phone. Okay, I see the NASDAQ was down. It says on, Yeah, this don't look like it was updated. Was that updated? See the time, 5:11. That lets you know that this wasn't updated. It says 126 on yesterday. So it looked like the NASDAQ was down 30 points on the day for yesterday, so on Friday. So disregard it because it looked like the time hasn't been updated. So on this, so that's why it's giving inaccurate numbers here. See on the Dow, 511. Yeah. So the NASDAQ wasn't updated. So that's why it's showing that green right now. So, but anywho, that is a small, short recap of how the markets did for the week and year to date. So, like I said, that S&P is definitely a measuring stick of how your portfolio is doing. So, if you pull up your portfolio, whichever broker that you use, um, measure it against the S&P. Day, month, week, or whatever, year to date, over the last year. If you're a seasoned investor over the last 3 years, 5 years, are you outperforming the S&P? So that's a good measuring stick. But so, coming up this week, we have some major earnings, right? So, if you don't know, after, the second quarter ended June 30th, right? So, within that next month or so, you're going to have companies reporting earnings, which they're doing right now. Reporting earnings, what the second quarter results are. You have an earnings call, and it's very important that you, if you own stock, or even if you don't own stock, that you make make it a habit to listen on some of these earnings calls, or at least get a review, read the recap of the results of the quarterly performance of the company, right? Because this can have a major impact on the performance of the stocks, especially in the short term, right? So let's take a quick look at the earnings calendar for this upcoming week, and you'll see what I'm talking about here is some of the major companies are reporting earnings. So let's just take a look here, see what we're working with. And I'm here on the NASDAQ.com, and we're looking at Monday, the 24th. You see some companies reporting, on their second quarter. Quick look here. So Domino's is a big one there. Quite a few. But the big boys are coming in on Tuesday, right? The 25th. Let's take a look at the 25th. You see Microsoft. You see Google, right? Google has two tickers in Alphabet, right? So you see that they will be announcing their earnings on Tuesday. Visa, Texas Instrument. I am a holder of Microsoft. I am a holder of GOOG. So I'll be very interested in seeing the performance of what's going to happen in these earnings calls. So, and what they report on their earnings for the second quarter. You see Verizon, GE, Raytheon, Waste Management. A lot of big companies reporting on Tuesday. So 3M, General Motors. So the big boys are starting to report this upcoming week. So you'll see if you're a stockholder, pay attention to see how these earnings will affect your stocks, especially in the short term, right? So let's take a look at what was that, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's take a look at Wednesday. You'll see Meta, Facebook is reporting their earnings. Coca-Cola, Boeing, AT&T, ADP, more of the big boys are reporting this upcoming week. So this is going to be a big earnings week. Chipotle. So I'm anxious to see how what these earnings calls, are going to, or the effect that it's going to have on the stock here. Let's see on Thursday. You see Amazon, man, MasterCard, McDonald's, Shell, Comcast. So a lot of these companies, that you may be a stockholder of or shareholder, that they're reporting earnings this coming week. So, make it your business to find out how the company that you are investing in, make it your business to see how they're performing from the previous quarter. What I'm waiting on August 3rd is the big boy here, Apple. Most people consider Apple the number one company in the world. I can't really argue with that. I'm anxious to see what their earnings is going to be. Of course, I own Apple, one of my favorite positions. So we'll see what transpires from the earnings call this upcoming week. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see um, what's going to happen with these earnings call. I think, are we going to have we seen the kind of the top for the NASDAQ, or will the NASDAQ, with these big companies that's reporting, will it continue to run up, right? So they kind of pulled back this past week after running up basically the entire year. It's kind of pulled back, but these earnings that's coming up for second quarter is going to have a major impact on the performance for the stocks going forward. So I'm anxious to see that, to see what that's going to bring about. So yeah, earnings coming up this week. Pay attention, see what's going on. Now let's get into it here. Also, before I go into that, hey, if you want to make a donation to the channel, see the information right there. Feel free to donate. Feel free to donate to the channel. I really appreciate it. Helps the channel grow. Like I said, really appreciate you. Hit me on Cash App, PayPal. If you want to donate to the channel. So, listen, we are on week 29. We are a couple of weeks past the halfway point on our investing challenge. Week 29, SCHD, VOO. We also have our JEPQ challenge. I may start another challenge next week. If so, I'll let you guys know. It was just running across my head. I'll let you guys know, right? But definitely SCHD, VOO, week 29. Let's take a look and see how much we've invested so far into this challenge. So let's see what we're looking like. Boom, here you see week 29, SCHD, VOO. We invested $29 in the SCHD, $29 in VOO. For the week, that's $58 into this investing challenge. If we scroll up, we are at a total of $870 invested in this challenge, right? This is our SCHD VOO weekly challenge. And basically what we're doing, whatever week we are in, we are investing that amount into these ETFs that we like, right? And we're doing this to help build our positions in these two ETFs. So, the reason we're doing a challenge, most people, they don't know what to invest in or how often they should invest. So to make things easier, we decided to just do a weekly challenge. And one of the weekly challenges that we're doing is invest in the SCHD, invest in the VOO, whatever week of the year we are in, that is what we're investing in the challenge. So right now, this past week was week 29. So we invested $29 in the SCHD. We did $29 in the VOO for a total of $58. So we are well on our way. And like I said, previous videos, we're going to go all the way to the end of the year. So we don't have that much longer to go. Next week will be week 30. And what are we going to do? $30 we're going to invest $30 in the SCHD. We're going to invest $30 in the VOO. That's going to be a total of $60. And we're going to keep it pushing. So nothing's changing. We've knocked out week 29 in this challenge. Like I said, so far a total of $870 invested total in this challenge. And we've been able to add a couple of shares of HCSD. We've added a share of VOO over this challenge. And like I said, we're going to go all the way through the end of the year. I'm almost at 9 shares of VOO. I want to get to 10 shares by the end of the year, which I think we'll do. I'm at about 21 shares of SCHD. I'm not sure how much I want to get to by the end of the year, but I just want to keep adding and keep building up um, in this challenge. So, with this challenge, so yeah, that's a recap about SCHD VOO challenge. So let's go over to Jeppy and JepQ. So, and with this challenge, we are doing a simple $5 a week challenge. We are investing $5 in the JEPI. We are investing $5 in the JEPQ. And you see, we just completed week 29. The simple $10 a week into this challenge. You know, that doesn't take much effort at all. I'm sorry, JEPI and JEPQ. Remember, they pay us monthly income. You are investing in assets that pay every single month like clockwork. So um, I have no problem investing in companies that's going to pay me back, right? Even with SCHD and VOO, they pay every quarter. JEPI and JEPQ pay every month. So every month around that first week of the month, I'm getting a dividend from JEPI and JEPQ. So that's one of the reasons I have no problem investing in these funds every week. And this is just a simple $5 a week challenge that we've been doing. And we're going to go all the way to the end of the year. Like I said, it's week 29. So far, we've done $270 in this challenge. Um, we didn't invest in JEP the first week. We didn't do the first 3 weeks of JEPQ, but ever since then, we've been like clockwork. So we're going all the way to the end of this challenge, and I'm keep giving you guys updates because it's easy to fall off the wagon, right? Especially if you're a new investor, you don't know how often you should invest, and you may get caught up doing something else. You may not look at the market every day or every week. It may not be a priority for you. But with an investing challenge like this, you can make it a priority, right? Some brokers, you can have an automatic investment set up, so it's ways that you can stay on top of your investing. And it's one of the ways that we stay on top, that I'm able to stay on top of my investing is these challenges that I put in place. So they've been very helpful to me to stay on track. Come next year, I'll probably start a new challenge into some other positions to help build those positions. So, yeah, but we just completed week 29, so week 30 will be next week. So, just FYI on that. Be on the lookout for another update. Um, you know, like I said, if you guys want to make a donation to the channel, the information is scrolling across the screen. I would really appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the chat. I'll definitely get back with you. I'll try to respond to every comment. So definitely, leave some questions, leave some feedback. I really appreciate it. Try to keep it positive if possible. This is just a channel where we talk about investing, and that's it. We have one rule. I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research, right? Do your own research. You appreciate it in the long run. So until next time, guys, I'm out. Keep investing.